Hello, my name is Samantha Paglia, and welcome to Red Hawk Spotlight. Today, we have men's ice hockey head coach Rob Martinez, and later we're going to have a few men's ice hockey players, Danny Porth, Andre Smolik, and Carrie Colucci. Rob, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So recently, Montclair State University assumed ownership of Floyd Hall Arena. How do you think this will benefit you as a coach and the team?
There's a lot of upsides, especially for the program, but moreover the university and the community. For the team personally, I think it'll be more of a presence and more of a home feel for them. A lot of the signage and things will be changed to reflect the logo of the university on it. So I think in years past, and even when I played there so long ago, going into a private arena on your campus, it never really had that feel of a home arena. I think the best benefit that it will bring to the team is having an identifiable arena affiliated with the university and the team.
Are there any exciting changes that the team plans to make before the next season comes around? Possibly like a new locker room, any other opportunities that you guys are getting?
The locker room is something that we've talked about for a very long time. It's more of I would say, a realistic thing within the next couple of years. It's something that we will definitely have to fundraise for and make happen financially on our own. But I do know that there is potential, a lot more potential for the locker room in the future. As of right now, we do have a storage unit behind the rink that players can house their equipment in for the players that live on campus if they choose to do so. But having that locker room in the arena is something that we've wanted for a very long time, and it's one step closer to that reality. One of the biggest changes that we have wanted over the last couple of years is to have earlier game times. We feel that games being so late, a lot of the student body is already preoccupied in doing other things at those times. Having games that start at 9:10 or 9:20 or even 9:40 p.m. It's very hard, not only for the fans and the student body to get there, but also for our players. If you're leaving the arena after midnight, it's not a very healthy situation. So we've already sat down with the management company that it is going to run the facility, and we've already got those game times guaranteed to start anywhere between 7:30 and 8:30 p.m. For the most part for all season, which is something that we were unable to do previously, which is a great thing.
So you have been coaching the Montclair State ice hockey team since 2009. Are there any recommendations, advice you can give to the arena? Just some advice?
In my experience, like I said, I think they're already covered that base. In my experience at the arena, just to have more of a presence for the university inside that building. Now we have that opportunity. I know, while the situation that's all around us is not ideal, it gives them a little bit more time to prepare for, when they do open their doors. And I'm confident that, the university presence will be all around that arena. So the management company, Furlan Management, that has been selected to operate the facility, has been in constant contact with the university, and they have such a good reputation, and they've already kind of taken the reins and are working on projects to make some improvements inside that facility.
So do you think that the Red Hawks will have more confidence going into next season since they now have a newly owned home?
Absolutely. I do get texts and calls and emails with a lot of questions from the players, and rightfully so. A lot of them, ironically enough, have grown up playing in that arena. So they want to know, what's going to be the same, what's going to be different. I don't have the answers to all of those questions. What I do know is that the team overall is very excited, myself included, to start when tryouts start in August in our new home. And again, we are one of the only teams, if not the only team across the country that plays at this level that has an arena on campus. So now to have, opposing teams to pull down that driveway and have Montclair State University Ice Arena rather than Floyd Hall Arena on that front sign when you walk in, I think it's going to make a little bit more of an impact for our confidence playing home games as well.
So the Red Hawks have been through a rough couple of years, but this year you pushed the team to the quarterfinals of the ACHA playoffs. How will the team build off of that momentum from this past season?
They're already starting. This group that we have now seems a lot more motivated than the groups that we had in the past, 4 to 5 years collectively. They seem to be eager to get started again. Really, the day after our season ended this year, after we were eliminated from the playoffs, countless messages from the players. What can we do? What can I do to get better and push forward? And they're doing it. They were given workout plans and evaluations at the end of the year. I see, just a physical difference in a lot of them when they, working out and things like that was kind of, I don't want to say optional in the past, but all of them are kind of holding one another accountable. A lot of them, even though the gyms aren't open, a lot of them are, taking to running outside and doing workouts outside.
With the whole coronavirus outbreak going on, do you think that next season is going to be affected at all? And if so, how would you guys deal with that?
I hope not. As of right now, I am actually on the Northeast region conference calls for the ACHA. So our region is the Northeast. I'm very good friends with the Northeast coordinator. And we've been having, meetings and telephone calls about, contingency plans. Right now, the only thing that we are trying to do to kind of counteract if we do get the season that's pushed back is to schedule our league opponents once in the first semester, once in the second semester, and try not to schedule any league games, Super East games until the middle or later end of October, just so at least our league games can be played if there is a delay.
You played hockey for Montclair State from 1999 to 2002. How do you think that made you a better coach for the Red Hawks?
Playing for a school or a university, it's my personal opinion that you have a little bit more invested playing and representing something that's larger than yourself. Having that connection and that commonality and that common bond with the players that I've been a student here, just like they have. I've gone through the things and, the positive things and sometimes the not so positive things that a college student goes through. And I did it here, just like them. So I think there's common ground there. I think that they understand that, they see that. I think that, I have, a lot of respect for how much this place has grown over the years and how much more difficult it is to be a student now than it was when I was a student.
What advice would you give to the Red Hawks who are returning next season in this new arena?
My biggest piece of advice for all of them is don't come into tryouts or training camp out of shape. And I don't think they will. I think a lot of them got the memo from last year. And in terms of the rink, when they do return to campus, when it's around hockey time, embrace it, because this is the first team that we've had that has a legitimate ice arena that's on their campus, that has their name on it, and it's exciting. So embrace it. Don't take it for granted. I know that they won't. They never really have, but enjoy it. And they are the first team that are going to take the ice, hopefully in August, September, God willing, at Montclair State Ice Arena. They're the first Montclair State hockey team to have that honor. So I know that they'll come ready to play.
Now we're joined with 3 Montclair State ice hockey players, Danny Porth, Andre Smolik, and Carrie Colucci. Guys, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
No problem, Sam. Thanks for having us.
What does it mean to all of you now that Montclair State University owns Floyd Hall?
It kind of has a special meaning to me, be it that I grew up in town and I've been coming to Floyd for so long for club hockey and also for some games for high school, that now that the rink is officially kind of have our university's name on it, it just adds a little bit more kind of hometown and home team significance to playing in that specific rink for me.
If each of you could recommend any additions to the arena or the locker room next season, what would it be?
Well, I think the plan as of right now for us is to just fundraise for a while and try to get enough money to hopefully build us our own locker room. That's another thing that a lot of other teams we don't yet. So that'll be another step in the right direction once we can, like I said, fundraise enough money for it.
We're grateful for everything Floyd Hall has done for us, and we're grateful for what we're going to get from the rebranding. But whatever we want to happen with the rink now, we have to step up and do our part now and fundraise.
So how do you guys feel about the changed game times for next season?
Well, I think it's not only going to be important for us to play at a little bit of an earlier time. Our games the last couple of years are at 9:50 at night. So it's not only good for us, but the teams that are coming in, schools like University of New Hampshire, have to drive back right after the game. It's that big of a difference where they can drive back the same night instead of having to stay over. I mean, and for us personally, on game days, it's kind of awkward. Like, you have so much time before the game, you really don't know what to do with yourself. So I think we more than likely will see not only improvement in our home record, but I think everyone on the team will enjoy it a lot more than they already do now.
And it just accommodates everyone, not just the teams we play against and us, but even students that would like to come watch our games, or parents that would like to watch our games. These late start times, some people would look at them as maybe too late, or like the games would end after midnight sometimes. These earlier start times, they would just draw in a more distinct crowd and more people.
So there are quite a few players joining the Red Hawks next year. Do you guys think that they're going to benefit the team and help you guys get back to playoffs?
I love our seniors, Zach Pavlichin, Evan Calendro, Michael Nordstrom, all of them, Tommy Vandervliet. But a majority of our team is returning next season. So the team that you saw on the ice this season, you'll see most of it on the ice next season. We can only go up from here. We took the next step by making the playoffs this year. No one expected us to do that, but we knew what it took. And the freshmen coming in, they can only help us take the next step after that.
So each year before the season starts, you guys take like a training camp, team bonding trip. Last year it was Washington, D.C., and this year it's going to be Valley Forge. What's that like to be on the team bonding trip?
I definitely think that it kind of sets the tone for how us as teammates should interact with one another throughout the year, in that we should absolutely be as close as we are as brothers and as friends, and we should really take care for one another and fight as hard as we can on and off the ice for one another. But as well, keep things competitive between each other as teammates for time on the ice and minutes in games on special teams and things like that. And it kind of gives us as players a drive to not only want to see each other succeed, but to also push ourselves to do great as well.
So what are you guys doing in quarantine to keep yourselves occupied?
A lot of Xbox, a lot of late night parties with one another. We're a pretty tight group, so you'll find a lot of us, playing together or talking to each other online. I know a lot of us are trying to stay in shape while we can at home, but really just kind of focusing on school and keeping it safe and local at home, and just trying to take care of ourselves.
Danny, Andre, Carey, thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you for having us. It was a blast.
And I'm Samantha Impaglia, and this was Red Hawk Spotlight.